GAC Group ITTF World Tour Russian Open in Jekaterinburg. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final, to the ultimate day of competition in Jekaterinburg. We have 8 matches coming up for you today, including all the 4 finals matches. But first, let's look at this first match for today, which will be women's singles semi-finals match, and it is an all-Chinese affair. We'll have Wu Yang on the right, facing the world-ranked #1, Liu Shiwen. We are looking at the last match of the upper bracket from the women's singles tournament. Liu Shiwen, seeded #1 for this tournament, won yesterday the quarterfinals match against Misaki Morizono with 4-1 and a 4-0 against Misako Wakamiya from Japan, and first round victory in the main draw, 4-0 over Polina Bikeva from Russia. Wu Yang with a 4-0 yesterday over the world champion Li Xiaoxia, who had to give up due to an injury. 4-1 against Yuka Ishigaki, and a 4-1 in the first round against Yuko Fujii from Japan. Tables almost set. Umpires making sure it's clean too, so the ball bounces evenly.
Black, red. Yeah, hold touch, service. That's okay.
As we now enter the warm-up phase here, 2 minutes for both players to get used to the bouncing of the ball on the table here on the center court in Jekaterinburg. Let's have a look at these 2 players. Liu Shiwen, we see on the left in the black dress. From China, she is 22 years old, world ranked #1, runner-up in the World Championships 2013, winner of the World Cup 2009, 2012 and 2013, winner of the Kuwait Open and the Korea and Hungarian Open in 2012, twice winner of the World Tour Grand Finals. At 22, already a grand champion of table tennis, and her opponent Wu Yang in the yellow on the far side of the screen here. She is 21 years old, world ranked 6, quarter finalist in the World Championships 2013 and 2011. Runner-up in the World Cup 2013, lost that finals match to Liu Shiwen. Semi-finalist of the China Harmony and the Austrian Open in 2013. 5 matches played between the 2, all 5 won by Liu Shiwen. Last match was that Women's World Cup final in Kobe, Japan, with a 4-0 to Liu Shiwen. Asian Cup before that, finals match as well, 4-1 for Liu Shiwen. All these matches were pretty clear victories for the world #1. So let's see if she can repeat this at the semi-final stage of the Russian Open 2013. It is a best-of-7 game, ladies and gentlemen. Wu Yang to serve for the first point. We can already see Wu Yang a defensive player, using a so-called pimples rubber on the backhand side. Rubber that is used to turn around the spin to make easier to deal with spin from the attacking player.
Last two.
Well done. This is usually the very relaxed state that Liu Shiwen is against defense. She knows Wu Yang from training very well, knows exactly what to do right from the start. Well done, Liu Shiwen. One of the techniques that Liu Shiwen is using at the moment is not to generate a lot of spin on the forehand topspin, more or less lifting the ball and guiding it. Not focusing on spin, and that makes it very difficult for Wu Yang to chop these balls back to the table. Nice rally. Liu Shiwen looks like she could do this all day. Wu Yang quite safe with the defense, but made an error here when she tried to switch into forehand topspin. 6-2 to Liu Shiwen. This is what it looks like when the offense works for Wu Yang. Smash with the pimples rubber, always used to disturb the rhythm of the opponent. At 7-3, it is high time that she tried. To 3. 7 game points to Liu Shiwen. Call that a good start. Good start indeed. 11-3 final verdict on that first game of this best of 7. Liu Shiwen is leading 1-0.
Second game. Liu. Lover.
Second game commencing with the serve to the world-ranked #1 Liu Shiwen at the semi-finals of the Russian Open 2013 in Jekaterinburg.
One.
That has been an issue of Liu Shiwen in the last games I've seen in the Russian Open. That is consistency. That is, when she's leading, she's not playing her best table tennis. Tends to be a bit too relaxed, maybe. She has all this potential, this tactical knowledge and preparation that is necessary for her to win this match. Just needs to play this out until the end. Well, I was lucky. There's still a lot of backspin on the chop. Fantastic rally, better end to Wu Yang. Sometimes it pays off to step back from the table and use these high bouncing shots. She went a bit over eager here on the execution, 6-3. She is in danger of losing the second game.
6, 6.
You can see the Chinese coach watching from the stands here. It's a game China versus China, so there is no coaching for either of the players. Both have to find the solution to this match on their own. Nonetheless, Chinese staff always very observant at these matches, taking notes, evaluating the players. It's a challenging situation for any player in China, especially in the national team, to keep his standing, to be nominated for World Championships and Olympics and so forth. That is why they are under constant monitoring from the Chinese staff.
Six, 7.
Eight-all. We're nearing the business end of this second game. Let's see if Liu Shiwen can re-establish herself. Wow. Bold move from Wu Yang to step towards the table and smash that with the pimples rubber. Can only do that if you're 100% sure that shot does not come back to the table. And it didn't. 9-8. Game points, Wu Yang. Can she equalize to 1 games each? Wow, and that was well done. Not only did Liu Shiwen read the spin correctly, but she found the exact angle for the block shot. And she's equalized too. 10-all. Game point, Liu Shiwen. That is going to be in the back of Wu Yang's head for sure for the next of this game. She's lost 2 game points, had 2 chances to close this game down here, to equalize to 1 games each. Maybe she does, but game point to her opponent nonetheless. And the world-ranked #1 player prevails. Liu Shiwen wins the second game 13-11. Makes it 2-0. Back on the center court for the third game of the women's singles semifinals. Liu Shiwen looks unstoppable so far. 2-0 over Wu Yang.
One.
Good rally, solid point for Liu Shiwen, always crucial to score in the longer rallies. That builds up all the more confidence. Feel that is in your power to win the match if you win longer rallies. It's just a trademark of Liu Shiwen. She steps off the gas at times, but in the crucial situations, she's playing the best table tennis she can. Guiding that topspin out wide to the forehand of Wu Yang. Expertly done. 3-1.
1-4. One. One.
One thing for sure, this is not the game of Wu Yang, not this third one. 7-1 already for Liu Shiwen. Much needed point for the 21-year-old. Almost looked desperate here. Set up with the side spin chop. And then going in with the forehand topspin. Still down 5 points. That too was well done. She's scoring some points left and right, Wu Yang, but I don't see a plan to win this match. Tactics that give her points against Liu Shiwen. Plus, she's making too many mistakes as it is. Liu Shiwen is playing so safe, so well now. This is really the best player in the world at the moment. She rightfully deserved that. World ranked #1, 10-4, 6 more game points for the 22-year-old. Takes the second one, no questions asked. It is 11-5. Liu Shiwen, 3 games to 0 up. Back in the action at the fourth game. Liu Shiwen is up 3-0 over Wu Yang. She's won all of the 5 matches in the past, none of them particularly close ones. And it looks like her streak will continue. She may go through to the finals of the Russian Open 2013. Her opponent will be decided in the next semi-finals match, but one thing is for sure, she will come from China. At this point in the tournament, semi-final stage, all Chinese participants in the women's singles. Good start though for her opponent. Might be a good point in the game to start a comeback. She won't have many more of these opportunities. She needs to use them now. Action-packed rally. Wu Yang keeping her lead. Spectacular rally once again. Wu Yang is fighting for her tournament life. Let's hope it's not too late for her. Fantastic. Do you see the acceleration? What Liu Shiwen is well known for, especially the backhand topspin. But the smash, equally impressive. Timeout forced for Wu Yang. One minute breathing time here to re-evaluate the tactics. Could be one of the last opportunities for Wu Yang of this entire match to have a breather, to collect herself again. She cannot afford to lose this game here. It'll all be over. And she takes the first point after the timeout. Always an indicator whether it worked or not.
Seven.
Crucial stage of this fourth game. Wu Yang needs these next 3 points desperately. That was the wrong angle to begin with. Good variation on the pace though from Liu Shiwen. Wu Yang is usually very, very safe against topspin, but Liu Shiwen is doing an expert job of varying the spin. There's sometimes very little spin on there, and that makes it difficult to chop back to the table, at least in a way that Liu Shiwen cannot score a point on. That was her point to lose. That looked easy, but believe me, it was not. There was so much spin on the short topspin from Liu Shiwen that is almost impossible to bring back to the table from that angle, and that is why she has match point at this moment. Cannot use the first opportunity. Was maybe a bit impatient to go for the point-bringing shot right at the serve receive. And indeed, game point to Wu Yang. Maybe she can turn this game around after all. Once again, opportunity for Wu Yang to force this game at least into a fourth match. Fifth game is that. When she scores, though. And she scores once again. Impatient error from Liu Shiwen. We will indeed see a fifth game. It is still 3-1 for Liu Shiwen. Liu Shiwen, she had match point in the fourth game, and now will have to play at least one more game against Wu Yang to proceed all the way to the finals of the Russian Open.
Two love. Three love. One, three.
Seems that although Wu Yang is doing really a good job here of returning the ball towards the table, it is all Liu Shiwen on both points and errors for this match. So it seems, at least.
Three.
Nonetheless, 3 points to Wu Yang.
Three. Four. Five. Six, four. Seven, four.
Wu Yang is missing more and more of these opportunities to attack. This is what table tennis can look like when one of the players doesn't really have a game plan for this match, or at least no clear tactics to victory. She more or less just goes with the flow, and that is why she's only won one game so far, Wu Yang.
5, 8. Eight, 6.
Eight to 7. and 8 all. I've said this is the hallmark of Liu Shiwen, playing her best in tense situations. Let's see if that applies to this situation as well. So far, so good. 1 point scored, 2 to go. Match points once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the world ranked #1, the #1 seed for the Russian Open 2013. Will she be in the finals later today? And the answer is yes. It is a 4 games to run rather than 4 games to 0 as I expected. Nonetheless, it was quite the dominant performance by the world-ranked #1 from China, Liu Shiwen. She beats Wu Yang 4 games to 1, 11-3, 12-10, 11-5, 11-13, and 11-8. Congratulations to Wu Yang. Played a great tournament, was only stopped by the #1 seed, whom we'll be seeing later today in the women's singles finals. But one player is still missing for that open slot in the women's singles finals. Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, Zhu Yiling is facing Ding Ning.